occasion to read Judge Hanlon's writing. I don't need to comment on her academic credentials or her writing skills, or her judicial ability, but especially, which might not come through on such a serious hearing, is her wonderful sense of humor. It was a joy at lunchtime. We didn't always discuss cases. We had a lot of fun at that lunchtime. And we'd divert ourselves with nonsense to take a break from the burden of processing all that work. Sydney was also blessed with great staff in probation, a great security staff. We have 75 to 125 prisoners in a day that we had to get through there, in addition to the usual people that you want to get in and out as fast as you can. And she handled that with great skill. And the clerk's office, you have to appreciate in the clerk's office, you have to wait for the police to come in to get their reports, to type up their complaints, and then the clerk's office, and then the probation department has to come down to lock up and interview these people. And then at night you have to have clerks there who will be willing to type up writs and days for the following day. I mean, it was just unbelievable. And she did it with great spirit and great commitment. And she encouraged judges, such as myself, to become involved. I was involved in that Changing Lives Through Literature program, which I loved all the time I served in Dorchester. Her focus was, how do we divert people from coming back? How do we reduce the rate of recidivism? And it was with that attitude that she would jump in, where Bernie would come up with an idea like the Fatherhood Coalition. And I did that too. I mean, I have 6 kids. I have 9 grandchildren. I would leave any one of my grandchildren in the care of Sydney Hanlon. I can't give anyone a higher compliment than that. She is going to be so wonderful at the appeals court, because she will bring that street savvy that she has developed by working in one of these busiest courts to some of the judges who have been more removed. And she is going to elevate their ballgame. There's an old joke about the members of the appellate court. They're like generals who, after the battle has been fought, come down and shoot the wounded. I don't think. Sorry, James. You've heard it.
Not, but that's interesting.
In any event, it's my every expectation that she is going to elevate everybody involved in it. And I commend her to you with enthusiasm and without any reservations at all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. That concluding the list of people in support of your nomination. At this point, we'll hear from the folks. We have a list here of the people who would like to speak in opposition. And first, we'll hear from Patrick McCabe. And if I could ask for the folks who would like to speak in opposition, obviously we'll give you as much time as you need. But if you could limit your comments to your experience with Judge Hanlon, we would appreciate that. Thank you very much, sir.
My name is Patrick McCabe. I'm not a lawyer. I have never been in court, to my recollection, with Judge Hanlon, although I have served doing my jury duty in Dorchester Court on more than one occasion. My experience with Judge Hanlon comes from a panel meeting last year at the New England School of Law. The panel was about domestic violence, and Judge Hanlon
key thing about Judge Hanlon is I've gotten to know Judge Hanlon for two reasons. One is I'm a father's advocate. And very frequently, the domestic violence laws are used to get fathers out of their house, get fathers away from their children, and there is no constitutional protection whatsoever to protect the father. Judge Hanlon has been one of the architects of the systems that violate civil rights. If you look at her history, there's been two roads to take, and one has been to solve the problem, the other has been to indiscriminately violate men's rights. And that route has been chosen here in Massachusetts, and like an epidemic, it's spread from Quincy and Dorchester across the entire United States.